Hey guys, welcome to my how-to video for visual aids in an online public speaking course. So for starters, I struggled to try and figure out what I wanted to do to present my visual aids to you all during my speeches on the online course. So I first started off with trying to use my TV, and it was behind me, and I was going to have my computer and I was just going to click, click, and click. However, that is just not something that was going to work for me because of the distance of the TV and my computer. So I came up with a few to do and what not to do while presenting your visual aids. First, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do during my speech because it is the best way for me to present something to you all. So here it goes. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sharing opportunity with the Zoom chat room app that we have been using. So I'm going to hit the share button and I'm going to share my desktop with you all. And I'm going to click share in the lower right hand corner. So I shared my Google presentation with you guys. And when I'm giving my actual speech, I'm going to figure out how to have it where it's already up like this and out of the way and ready to go. So as you can see, I'm still in the upper right hand corner or wherever I will be while giving this speech. So first off, here is my title page on a how-to visual aid style. And I know that you're not supposed to be really showing your visual aid until you're talking about it. So here's my presenting of it. And so my blank screen, which you should have in between visual aids to not distract the viewers from your visual aid and your speech at that time. So my first visual aid that I have is how to share my screen while giving a speech. I think that this was really helpful. And to me, when I found it on the internet, I found it on the Zoom Google search, the Zoom help chat room. And it was really helpful because you could either use your iPhone or your iPad or the Google Chrome just straight off. But I decided to share my desktop because I was using my Google Slides. And again, I have another blank screen because I don't want to distract my audience members from my speech when I'm not talking about the certain visual aid that will be up on the screen. So the next thing that we should not do is use our phones. So our phones are very difficult to see and they time out and they're weird and the brightness changes. So as you can see, I do have my phone as a prop just to let you see. So if you hold it up, it's kind of hard. It won't really catch the light correctly. You'd see the light is on the screen. And it times out like this. And then you just kind of look a little dumb when you're holding your phone right here, when you're trying to present something and the screen is black. It's very inconvenient because then you just look down and you're like, my visual aid wasn't up at all while I was talking. And it will dock you points on your speech. So no phones. Again, they're hard to see. We can't see anything. Along with phones, we shouldn't use papers because if you're holding up a paper, then it's like, what is she trying to show me? What does that say? What is that? And it's not really a good representation of what your speech is about. Again, I have another blank slide because I am in between my visual aids. And the next thing you shouldn't do is turn your back to an audience. How rude is that when you're talking to someone face to face or webcam to webcam and you are just turning your back and looking at your visual aid? It's good to have your visual aid in front of you and to the left of you. Normally, speakers are on the right of their visual aid. So as it is in the video, I'm on the right and my visual aids are on the left, and it's just how I'm going to have it because that's what I think is best. So as you can see, it's not very polite to turn around and turn your head and not talk to the audience while you are presenting your speech. Language is very audience-centered, and so your word choice and your body language is really important when delivering a speech. And I think it's super important that we also make eye contact. Eye contact goes along with the not turning your back to the audience. Eye contact is a huge part of audience and speaker connection. And so when using your visual aids, you don't want to keep peeking at your visual aid, looking at it, or looking down at it and it'll get you distracted from what you're trying to say. And plus, I thought this picture was really funny. It made me laugh when I found it. And so I personally did not use any visual aids in this that I'm going to be using in my informative speech because I have yet to figure them out. I'm kind of struggling with it. So I'm trying to look at the other people's videos, see what they kind of did. And this is what I chose to do on my video, kind of like the to-dos and what not to-dos when speaking in an online public speaking class or a speech and using your visual aids. And that is the end of my speech. And so at the end, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press the stop share button in the very top, and it'll stop sharing your screen, and then you're back. So you're back to a normal screen to where everyone can see you. And it just works really well for a group session like that because you're just moving from space to space, and you're not holding up posters and kind of flimsing around with them, wasting time and ripping them. And it's just that. I think technology is great, and it's at our fingertips, and we should use it to our advantage. And the technology would be working because we are going to be using it while we're speaking. Like I'm using my laptop right now, and my laptop is my source for my visual aid. And that is it. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day.